Hello to everyone, this is Vishal and again we are new session of the day. So as we have a multiple sessions going on, like we have a jetpack series, we have a VROS, we have a Kotlin sessions and Java sessions also. So under that jetpack series, we discuss about one more video that's called buttons. So in the buttons, how we can implement it, how we can make it attractive, and how we can make a styles on it, and I mean, how many kind of buttons we can implement it. So these all we have discussed one by one. And first, I'll give thanks to you for your comments and whatever be your requirement, we will discuss and we will fulfill. And this is my, I think we can say that this is the new session of 2024. So happy new year, this year will be the prosperous year for you, and you will achieve whatever your goals. So we'll start the session, and here we know that buttons, what exactly we can say, explain it. So these are fundamental components that allows the users to trigger a defined action. So means we need any action and we can uh, implement such a method on that call of this button and can trigger those action whatever you need it. And here in the jetpack they provided multiple kind of buttons. We have a simple buttons that is called your field button, then we have a tonal buttons, we have a outline buttons, we have a elevated button, we have a text button. So where we need such a buttons and how we can implement and how we can use such with the icons or likewise that, so that we discuss today. And first we discuss about a very simple button, how we can use it. So this is a simple solid backgrounds and contrasting text, and we can say this is the primary actions we can use it, such as the submit and save. So whenever we needed such a simple buttons like a submit or a save, we can use this kind of buttons. Okay, so how we can give some facts on this and how we can implement it. So we'll discuss it in practically one by one. So we'll discuss first practical session of that simple button. So let us start it in Android Studio. Okay, so let us start in Android Studio. So here you can see that there's a given default function be here greeting, and this we call for the your preview also. Okay, so now we have to create a function, but for that I am creating is the composable. Okay, so we are using the composable, and this is your function that is called your simple button. And here what we can do, we just call it the button. So whatever be the button, that's called simple button here. So under that you can call your function, and here you can represent you whatever you need it. So I just want to label over here, so that is the text, and I'm using this text be here as in a simple button. So call this in your jetpack theme here under that surface, and here you can go for the preview also if you need it. Not each and every time if we call in our emulator, you just go with the split and then just check it. Okay, so here we can split it, and let refresh it. We'll see. It was showing the old preview that is called the greeting preview, but we need to change this preview with the button. So once it's a gradle build running, it can update it here. So whatever be your presentation, you just call it as in the preview. I think we already discussed in our previous sessions. Wait for a minute for this, and yeah, you can see that it is a simple button. So this here a simple button, we can click it just like where we need, just like in a save or a submit. So we can implement it there. And if you want to change the colors and with the icons we show it, and multiple things be there, means the style changes. So we'll discuss after that. So first we'll discuss a simple button be here, and then one by one we can explore it. Okay, so on the next step, what we have to do, if we need to change the color, so first we have to go on this area. This is your the part where we can, that is the button part where we can use such a descriptions, or likewise that means your colors or like. Okay, so here you can say that the colors uh, they provide it, yes, the colors they provide it, and then say button default. Okay, so that means whenever we say the button defaults, thus here we have a multiple methods we call. So here we can say call the first one is your button colors, then if you go with the elevated button colors, fill tonal, outline, text button colors, so different kind of button colors we have. So according to your button you can choose those. So first I'm choosing the simple button so that you can use that button colors. Okay, and under that button colors, if you need it, you can just check that which kind of button colors you want. I'm just choosing the container color, that, and this container color is your color dot right. Okay, so you can see that here on the right side it can change the background color of this. This is a very simple step you can use for the button defaults, button colors, and then you can choose for the colors. Okay, and here it is the row scope under the bracket. What we can do that here, we can make one more thing, that is called your icon. Okay, so the for icon, what we can do for the icon, we can create a simple icon be here. So for the icon they provide such a beautiful class that's called your icon. So under there we can use, that is the image vectors and how we can fill it. So see, so here you can see that here was simple buttons, and I want a icon left to that simple button. So here this is the text and this is the row scope. So in the row scope, one by one we can arrange the things in a row. So if I using the icon, and this is our icon class, we have an image vector. Okay, so whatever be your image vector, you can see that this is your icons dot, we have default, but don't choose that default, you can use that field, and that field is your means their default icons they provided like a favorite, you add, search, menu, favorite, border. But if you want to choose yours, so you can choose it from your drawable. So I'm choosing the default here. So this is the favorite, and then here one more thing, it is your description. If you want to show any description, you can go with, I'm not using this description. And here I'm using a modifier also, because of I need such a little differences between, so I'm using that such a modifier, and then modifier I'm using with the padding. So modifier dot padding I'm using 4.dp. Okay, so this is, we can see that how it looks. So it is a, yeah, without padding it was that, and this is with the padding. So if you do it little less padding on that, so I'm using the 2.dp, and then we'll see what exactly it looks. Yeah, so now it looks beautiful. So you can choose these kind of colors and icons. So whenever you needed this simple button with the background color, and this with text, and likewise any icon, you can choose it. Otherwise we implement it without any icon, just generally we can use it for the submit or likewise that. So if I'm using that submit, so, and if I want to change this color be like from red to some other, So we'll see what is the effect on that. So, and also it changes the color. Green, it's not look so good. So uh, yeah, I'm making with the dark gray. And for now, I comment for this icon. Okay, so I'm just using a simple submit button. Okay, so this is your simple submit button. So whatever be your requirement according to your layout, you can design it. So we'll see the other buttons in the jetpack one by one. Two more things we forget here. Then we go to the next button. So one is such a shape, as we discussed before. If you go with the shape, and if you want according, I mean, this rounded shapes according to you, you can say that is your rounded corner shape. Okay, so there are multiple shapes. You can see the rounded corner, rounded, and a lot of things with there. So these explore the classes we like. So here I'm using that rounded corner shape, and I'm giving that 20 point dp. And one more thing I need to change it, that is called your border. So the border is here, you can go with the border stroke. Okay, and under the border stroke I'm giving with the 1 point dp, and I'm giving the border color be like a color dot. We can give it uh, mm, okay, we'll see with the red. So this is the another way to you can use it, like, so you can see that this is the combination of. And same, if you want to go with the text color, so you can go with the text style. I think I we already told you, I mean, in my previous sessions where we can use the text style like that. Okay, and yeah, if you go with that some other color, choose like color dot, mm, light gray. Okay, then we'll see. Okay, so according to your choice you can work accordingly. Okay, so here if you want to go with the white, we'll see what happens with this. So whatever your layout, you can design it accordingly. So this is the way you can design your simple submit button, or whatever you need it, you can use it simple button. Okay, because the outer is not showing because of it's already be white. Okay, so we'll see with the blue. Yeah, so this is the choices, you can do it with the button. Now we have to move the other parts of the button. We can implement it and use it according to layout. So I think this is a very simple knowledge on the jetpack button. You can use it wherever you requirement. Okay, after that simple button, if you go with the field tonal button. So tonality is means it is the overall appearance of an image regarding to the range and distribution of the tones and the smoothness of the gradation between them. So that means there be the default colors they provided for the tonal, and then this is the simple button we can use with the tonal. So how we can implement it? Let's see. what is the tonal color they provided. So I'm showing you in Android Studio, so you'll see that. Okay, so if you're talking about the fill tonal button, so I'm using one more composable here, and here I'm just making the function with uh, filled tonal, and here I'm using that filled tonal button. So you can see that filled tonal button we have. We can use it. Okay, so this is the filled tonal button we have, and here I'm using the text and saying that this is the filled tonal. So this is a filled tonal, and I'm just choosing it here on your and also on your background. Okay, now we'll see it build and refresh the things. And what is the tonal shade be here? Just we can say that in most of the bottom button bars we need it, and somewhere in the bars we need it. So this is your tonal shape, and tonal colors be like this, you can see. So there is no such uh, we can say, just like the simple button, we do not need such a colors or like that. So these are simple tonals, we can use it somewhere, looks good. So if you needed to change the color, so you can apply it like these things, whatever we have done with the simple button. Okay, so you can implement with the such a fill tonals also. So whatever your requirement, you can just work on it. So what we can say that the fill tonal buttons are the medium emphasis buttons that in the alternative middle ground between the default buttons, we can say, and the outline buttons. So in between we can use it, means these are the buttons are filled with that middle ground, means whenever we need it, just like enabled, disabled, and your bottom bars, that is where we need a light shades of the backgrounds like that. So that is we can use it. And outline, there just be the outline shapes, and submit it with the color, submit. So that we can see that the contrast, or like on that basis we can rank it as a second, means on the middle grounds. Okay, so this that means you can use the lower priority buttons require slightly more emphasis than an outline. So now we have to go for the next button, that is called your outline button. How we can implement, let's check in on your Android Studio. Okay, so let's see. Okay, for that outline we can create one more composable, that is called your composable uh, fun outlined button. Okay, and here we can use the outline button, and here we can implement with the text. This is your outline, and we can call this in your and in your preview we can use check and that. So I think you can create this outline also with the simple button, make it white color in center, and create a border on that like the same. But there's some default features be like on your outline shapes, outline likewise that. So that the different contrast be there, different shaping be there. So better you can use the direct outline on that cases. Okay, and but if you use just simple button with that white and border, so you can use that in the button also, means your simple button like that here. Okay, So if you go with the such a thing be like we'll see. Yeah, so here we have a field icon button, field tonal icon buttons be like for the tonal, so you can use such a things. Okay, so we'll discuss some other day. I'm just today I'm describing you such a basic things of such simple field tonals. So I think you can implement be like this with the shape, with the border, and a lot of things be there. If you go with the colors, you can give it. If you go with the filled border colors, you can also provide that. I think there is a border or not. Yeah, so here you can use the border strokes also. So it depends whatever you need it. So you can work accordingly. Okay. So the same. Uh, we have a next focus on our the next step uh, elevated button also. So the elevated button component uses the elevated button composable. It has a shadow, means where we need a shadows on the buttons, you can use directly on such a elevated button. So do not go with that layout be like the stroke. Previously we can working with the stroke and create a button and giving some shadings to that. So we do not go with that. We just or you do not make on just PNG such a with the shades or likewise. So just simple use it with this elevated button and give whatever be your elevated shapes and elevated shadow be there. And the last one is your text button. In the text button you can use it means only where you needed to show that some presentation without any border, without anything, in such a text manner, such like uh, forget password. So I don't go with the such a text, I'm just using the text button there. So likewise you can implement this. So I will show you how we can implement the elevated button and how we can implement the text button. So you'll see here in the Android Studio. Okay, so we can create such a button here. Let's see here, add composable, and I am making show you that's fun. Your elevated button. Okay, and then here I'm using that such a elevated button be like, and this is your text, and we can use it as an elevated. Okay, and the same we have to call it on your and also in your preview. So we'll see. So you can see that, but it can't show be the perfectly shadow be here. So you can we change the color of this like you can go for the color. So here you can set that button. The same we have done like this. Button default dot elevated button colors. Okay. So same you can use it for the field, tonal, outline, text button colors. So the same you can work on. And also button with the icon center paddings be if you want to go on that. Content paddings be there. Content padding be there. So many things be there. We'll discuss in future sessions. So these small things make a very good results on your designs. Here I'm using the elevated button colors, and here I'm using that color dot red. Okay, so we'll see what is that elevation. So also you can change your elevations be like that. So if you use these things beyond your shadings be there, but you can implement it in your when you see on the complete layout, you can see on that cases. Okay, so elevations whenever you win some shadows on that. So where we need elevations, you can work same manner. And also if we go with this, here you can say that modifiers, enable, shape, colors, elevations. So if you want to go with the button elevation, which kind of elevation you want it, you can use it. If you want to go for the border like that, we have a stroke it like previously we have done such a thing. Let's see, this is the border. Okay, so you can see that this is your borders. You also see that. And if you want to go with that elevations also, so you can go with that elevations be here. You can apply it to your button. uh, I'm giving this 10 point dp at this time. So these kind of shapes you can create according to your choices. Okay, so depend on where you need it, whatever you need. You can see that the outer shades be there, something be below on that part. Okay, so these your elevations, you can represent it. And the next I'm showing to you the simple, where we do not need any border, anything. We just need a simple text on that. So I'm making that composable, your fun text button example. So this is your text button, and here I'm using such a text button. Okay, and the same I'm using with the text, and in the text, this is I'm using simple, say that text. Okay, so just copy such a things we have, command this code, and we'll see how we can use such a text button there. Okay, so this helps you on your project, and we'll discuss many more things on the jetpack. We will create small app on that also in a very and a single page also. Okay, but this kind of small steps you have to learn. And also parallelly I am going on the Wear OS, so you can go for that also. You just see that sessions also. Okay, so here this is, if we say that in the text I'm using forget password. So in that case is what happened, you can click it here and do not represent, because of many, and in my old ways we what we can do, we just use the text and then use some events on that. So here they provide such a button on that, so you can just simply forget password, click it here, and then go. So in such a cases we can use. So today we have learned such a basic things of the buttons, all kind of buttons, and we'll continue with some more shapes, and then we'll use this and implement it such a beautiful app on that. So thank you so much for watching the video today. Thanks a lot.